Okay, hello guys. So today's video is kind of going to be just a little like vlog showing you some things that have been going on because there's been a lot of changes here recently kind of related to my move. The two major ones would be right here and right here. So let's start over here. So if you've seen my previous house tours and everything, you would probably recall that there used to be a reef aquarium here. And now I did actually have to rehome it because of the fact that I'm moving. I just did not think that I would be able to safely move all of the fish such a long distance, so I decided to give it to someone here, and so that is gone. They took the entire setup, the entire tank, lights, all the equipment and everything, and they're all, you know, all the fish are doing great, and I'm really happy about that. But yeah, it's not here anymore. I think the only thing that I have left from that tank is this here, which was the kind of shelf that held my lights on it. So my lights sat on top of this here and shone through into the aquarium. Since I had this empty wall over here, I made a few changes and I put this little shelving unit here. This houses some of my like very small animals, inverts, micro geckos and whatnot. And then just some storage down there. So I moved this shelf over there. It used to be right here where all of those bins were, but it didn't really fit there very well. So I moved it over here, and then I also just put some plants there. I had this plant, so I put that one there, and then I have a few plants on top. All of these smaller plants that you see here I bought to go in terrariums that I just haven't set up yet, but the bigger ones here, like the mascane and the pothos, those are just kind of staying there. Same with this pothos down there. I did buy these for chameleon cages, but I ended up not using them. I'll probably use them in like the future once I move, but not right now. This shelving unit has always been there, so there's not really any changes there. Just kind of changes with this one right here. Now, if you guys watched yesterday's video, you would have known that I sorted through a lot of my pet supplies recently, getting rid of a lot of the stuff that I don't need anymore to make, you know, moving kind of easier. So that's what these bins over here are. I just need to put them back in storage. I haven't done that yet, but this bin here is a ton of wood. I'm like really excited about this bin. It has like a bunch of cork branches in it, just some other wood. I hate these white pieces of wood, so I ordered these online, and I thought that I was just getting like lightly colored wood, and no, it turns out it's like actual just dark wood painted white. I think it looks really dumb. Probably won't end up really using those, but I don't know what else to do with them, so they're just staying in this for now. Maybe I'll end up having a use for them, but I don't know. It just seems weird that they're like painted white, and I don't really know. I mean, I assume it would be safe. I got them from like a reptile store, so I'm sure that it's safe, but it just seems weird like putting painted wood in like a terrarium that has a lot of water and stuff in it. Like if it gets misted, is the paint like gonna stand up to that? I don't know. But other than those two pieces, every other piece in here I really love. And then I have these two pieces of manzanita wood over here that I also just need to put back in storage. I've had these for a little while now, and I've had plans to put them in my bearded dragon cage, but I want to wait until I fully redo her cage and set it up differently, which I likely won't be doing until I move. But then once I do, I'm going to be using these pieces of wood in my bearded dragon cage, I believe. And then over here we have one of the other bins that I sorted through in yesterday's video. So all the supplies are there on top of a bunch of different cork rounds and whatnot. So this bin here has some cork, this one here has some cork and other wood. Over there we have the manzanita wood. This one over here is one of the other bins that I sorted through. I just placed it on this shelf with some of the other storage that I have. All my UVB bulbs are in there. That's my cricket bin. This stuff, you know, whatever. I still have a bit of organizing to do, but I would say it's like pretty organized down here given I'm moving soon. Over here I have a ton of bins. These are all my moving bins. Now people are probably also asking why I have a cat tree. I don't have a cat, but there was a time a little while ago where I had a cat living here for like a month because I could not find its owners, or not a month, it was only here for like a week, but ended up finding his owners. But I had a cat tree for him while he was here, but he's not here anymore, but I just still have the cat tree. So the cat tree is currently being used to hold. Then we have a few more bins over here. You know, most of them are all over here though. Yeah, okay, so I feel like I'm just rambling, but main thing I wanted to get across was I no longer have my reef tank here because of the move. As I was saying earlier, I just didn't think that it would be fair to try to move it. If I did try to move it, I'm pretty confident that I would probably lose all of the livestock in it. So I thought that it was going to be much safer for them to find them, you know, a home close by and not 15 hours away. So I made that decision and I'm pretty happy with that decision. I know that it's going to be best for all of the fish and stuff, and the person who got the tank was really excited to have it, so I'm happy for them. Next change, you guys might be worried thinking, oh my god, where is he? So this cage here used to house my veiled chameleon Pascal, and now don't worry, he didn't go anywhere. He's right over there. But this is another cage that I can't take with me when I move. Still bringing Pascal, nothing's happening to the animal himself. Like, he's still coming with me, but because of the dimensions of this cage that I built, I can't move it. It's 6 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep, which means it doesn't fit in a door. Like, it does not fit out a doorway. So this cage can't be moved, so it has to be disassembled, which is what I'm doing this week. You know, more moving prep kind of. We're going to be disassembling this entire cage, but in order to disassemble it, I had to move my chameleon. So Pascal's currently here in this cage now. Don't worry, he's not staying in my laundry room. He's only in here like for today until I take that cage down, and then he's going back over there. I set up this enclosure for him. This is actually his old cage, so it's a 24 by 24 by 48 cage. So this does still meet the minimum size requirements. Obviously it is a bit of a downgrade from that enclosure, but it's only temporary. He's only going to be living in this until I move, and then once I move, I'm building a new cage again. These cages are pretty easy to build and pretty affordable. The wood is really cheap and all of the supplies, like, you could probably build a chameleon cage for under 50 bucks. So I'm not worried about even attempting to moving this. I was just like, get rid of it, take it apart, I don't need it, I will build a new one. So that's the plan. So he's currently living in this enclosure over here. Still suits all of his needs. He has all of his branches and plants to hide in. He has his UVB bulb and his heat lamp up there. So he's doing more than fine. You can see him right there. But temporarily he is in this enclosure while I work on moving, and yeah. As far as I know, I think that this is really one of the only cages I can't bring with me. All of the other ones can fit. Like, these are 2 by 2 by, or 4 by 2 by 2. That fits just fine. All of the exoterras in here fit just fine. No issue with any of those. Obviously all of these small cages will fit just fine. So I think it's really mostly just that one. Another quick update I want to give you guys is, unfortunately, not a very happy one, because we did sadly lose Pumpkin a couple days ago. He was just getting so old. He had tumors. He wasn't able to groom himself. So I made the decision to have him put to sleep. I do plan on making a video for him, but I'm just not ready yet, so I just want to touch on that quickly. But with that, I did make some changes over here. As some of you guys may know, my hedgehog cage used to be here, which is now over there. I feel the need to point this out anytime I talk about my hedgehog, but yes, this cage is small. He has some issues. He was kind of, you know, not taken care of the first few years of his life until I got him. He's also completely blind, so because of all of that, he didn't do well in a larger cage. I had tried with him. I had tried like a 2 by 4, I had tried a 2 by 3, I had tried all different cages, and I ended up finding that this is what worked best for him, even though it is fairly small, where he was blind and really shy and really timid, he seemed to do best in this cage. And he's been in it for a while, and he did get quite a lot of confidence in the time that I've had him since I got him and have been working with him and got him in a cage that he was confident in. He's just gotten so much better. He's improved so much. His socialization is way better now. So I decided to try moving him into the Critter Nation here. And I was a little bit unsure about it before because this is a fair bit bigger than that cage there. So I was worried that he might get really shy in it again and maybe, you know, have some issues. Now it's only been a day. I only put him in it last night, but he seemed to be enjoying it quite a lot when I put him in there last night. He was out running on his wheel, exploring. He was playing with all of his toys. So I'm hoping that he'll continue to do really well in this cage. If he does, that would be great because it does provide him with more room, and hopefully now that he has more confidence, he will, you know, appreciate that better. Down here is still my other hamster's cage, so this is Fred, and now we have Chip, my hedgehog, in here. I also do want to point out there's currently no heating device in here. The reason for that is that it is summertime. I don't have air conditioning in my house, so my house is staying very warm, and he just absolutely does not need a heating device right now. So don't worry, it's still plenty warm enough for him. It's just, you know, my house doesn't have air conditioning, so yeah. So if you look in his cage, this is what it looks like. So I like to use this pelleted bedding for him. I find that it's really, really easy to clean. This is only something I started using recently, but I do personally really like it because of how easy it is to clean, I find. And then I do also like to give him some clean and cozy in his like sleeping areas. So I filled this hide up with clean and cozy. He does like to burrow a little bit, so that's why I like to do that. It's softer than these pellets, obviously, but he is sleeping in this little fleece sack, which I think is really adorable. He never had this before. I got this fleece sack just to go in this new cage, and clearly he really likes it because I saw him like digging around in it last night. He's sleeping in there now. He brought one of his toys in with him, which is really cute. Over here, right at the front, we have this tunnel. I don't know why. He loves walking through tunnels, so I give him a tunnel. And then we have his wheel over here. So this is the Carolina storm wheel, and then he does have toys all throughout his cage. He really loves his toys. He often drags them places with him. As you can see, he dragged this one there. He'll probably end up dragging more of these with him places, but he really likes a lot of these toys. So this one is just like a little fleece ball. We have this thing. This used to look like this, and he like tore it apart, and now it looks like this, but he loves this. And then he has all this other stuff, and then he has his food bowl and his water dish. And then over here, I've just used this for some storage. Since his cage isn't there anymore, I might put some other stuff up here. I don't know, but we'll see. I think that's all the updates I really have for you guys today, so I'm gonna end this here. My battery's about to die, so thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also check out my social media. But once again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.